2025 NCAA March Madness Men's Tournament is back, and this time it is bringing all the feels. The biggest event in college sports tips off March 18th, and you don't want to miss a second of the heart-pumping action. Catch all the clutch shots, big-time plays, upsets, Cinderellas, Blue Bloods, and more. Tune in to the NCAA Men's Division I Basketball Championship March 18th through April 7th on TBS, CBS, TNT, True TV, and Stream on Max.
It's time for basketball, and Uber Eats is dropping deals on game day favorites to keep you locked in on the action. Like when you're craving a buzzer beater, but also buffalo wings. Or when an upset makes you want to ugly cry into a pizza. And right now, Uber Eats has game day deals from Burger King, Buffalo Wild Wings, KFC, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a burger. Order now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
This episode is brought to you by Walmart. New beauty is in bloom at Walmart, and it's all about springtime radiance. From Drybar, Tula Skincare, and hundreds more available online, Walmart has the premium brands you want and this season's on-trend products for flawless, glossy hair and hydrated skin. Big name beauty brands? Check. The things you love? Check. Find trending spring beauty and all you need to look and feel gorgeous at Walmart, on app and online.
I can say to my new Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, hey, find a keto-friendly restaurant nearby and text it to Beth and Steve. And it does, without me lifting a finger. So I can get in more squats anywhere I can. 1, 2, 3.
Will that be cash or credit?
Credit. 4.
Galaxy S25 Ultra, the AI companion that does the heavy lifting so you can do you. Get yours at Samsung.com. Compatible with select apps. Requires Google Gemini account. Results may vary based on input. Check responses for accuracy.
Drink it in, man. What is up? Loyal, diehard, Detroit Kool-Aid drinkers. This is a Detroit Kool-Aid packet. Normally I'm coming at you solo, but this is a double dip for the people. Me and at Chops in the D serving up a small, short glass of that Detroit Kool-Aid with a Detroit Kool-Aid packet. Chops, how you doing, buddy?
Okri, serving up the Honolulu Blue, just giving them a little taste, just a little shooter, little shot, little Kool-Aid packet to get the people by till we get to the flagship show next Wednesday. I'm happy to be doing one of these with you again, buddy, because we've been doing them solo, little alternating. You do one, I do one, you do two, I do one. And but hey, today we get to do it together. So people, drink it in, man.
Absolutely. Chop. We teased it that we were going to just keep hitting draft prospects. We got into a few. I triple dipped on the Michigan Wolverines because that's kind of what we do on this show. But we got so many more names to talk about. We're like less than a month away, and we don't have time to mess around. So, let's just keep doing this, throwing some names, seeing if they'd be on our board. Maybe we like them, maybe we don't. The first one I want to throw at you is... I'm going to throw this one at you because this guy's been getting a lot of love, and there's a guy on the radio that loves this player, and I'll tell you what he said about him, and I got lots of thoughts and opinions. So that's Tyler Booker, the interior guard from Alabama, 6'5", 330-plus pounder. Doug Karsh on 97 won the ticket, says this is his guy. Oh, he heard a quote about how he loves it when he loves football because he can make guys that love football not want to love playing football or something like that. He gave a locker room speech. I don't know what he was talking about, but my issue with this, well, I'll throw it to you first. What do you think of Tyler Booker? Not so much as a player, but as a Lions targeted prospect, especially in round 1.
Well, I mean, look, he comes from Bama, so that's always something that the Lions have interest in. Definitely like the fact that they're considering someone in the, in a guard position. It's a position of need, in my opinion. I think he's got great football IQ. I know, he's a big gap, heavy run scheme. Good. He's going to bully people around too. He kind of, his mentality reminds me a little bit of Christian Mahogany, already on the Lions. Yeah, that's right. And if you listen to the flagship show this week, then you heard me throw that out there. But I'm on the camp of Tyler Booker being a Lion. Put him in the Honolulu Blue. I don't know if I love him at 28. He's probably more of a guy, if he drops, maybe we trade up to get him, but in the second round. But I like Tyler Booker. I could see him going. His PFF score, not the greatest last year, which is a bit concerning to me, but I know how you guys feel about that.
I don't know, man. Like, I feel like as much as I love Gray Zabel, like, I'm backing off a little bit of the interior, big body, safe, meat and potatoes type pick. I mean, it's the easy thing to say. I feel like a lot of these quote-unquote experts, Lions radio folk or beat writers, they just like to take these players who are pretty safe and they sound good on paper, but like, I don't know that Tyler Booker is gonna be the most Brad Holmes player at 28. Now, when I'm a sucker for what they say, but they gotta back it up. So like, when I hear that he's a tough guy, motivator, I'm kind of excited, but I don't know, like, some of the interior linemen aren't like exciting me as much as they were earlier, but they are very safe to put out there and say, this is my guy, because they're going to come in and be decent and not wash out like some of the other riskier spots are, but you don't get the reward either of some of these guys. So I'm somewhat out on that player right now.
Which one of these is not something that Brad Holmes is looking for? Competitive, leader, football IQ, work ethic. I mean, those are all the things that are described when they're describing Tyler Booker. The only negative I would say on the field is I know he's got some foot speed concerns. If he has a tendency, if he gets caught off guard, like if he's prepared, he's good. But if he's caught off guard, he can struggle a bit. But man, his characteristics seem exactly what you're looking for a guy on the offensive line to kind of, anchor that interior line position to me. But
Lowe's knows what makes SpringFest savings even better are member-only doorbuster deals. Right now, rewards members can save $40 on an Allen & Roth Chesler Gold faucet. Was $99, now $59. Plus, save $110 on a Cobalt 40-volt battery trimmer and blower combo kit. Was $279, now $169. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 3/24 while supplies last. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
I was never really a runner. The way I see running is a gift, especially when you have stage 4 cancer. I'm Anne. I'm running the Boston Marathon, presented by Bank of America. I run for Dana-Farber Cancer Institute to give people like me a chance to thrive in life, even with cancer.
Join Bank of America in helping Anne's cause. Give if you can at BofA.com/supportAnne. What would you like the power to do? References to charitable organizations is not an endorsement by Bank of America Corporation. Copyright 2025.
Hey, this is Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast, here to tell you that Michelob Ultra is giving you the chance to win tickets to the NBA Finals. That's right, the 2025 NBA Finals. Just head to MichelobUltra.com/NBA Finals. Michelob Ultra courtside NBA Finals sweepstakes. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents, excluding Maryland residents. 21 up. Begins at 9 a.m. EST on February 16, 2025. Ends on May 5th, 2025. See official rules at MichelobUltra.com/rules for price and details. Message and data rates may apply. Void where prohibited.
Good night, itchy eyes. Good night, sudden sneeze. Good night to your symptoms of allergies. Xyzal is the allergy medicine you take before bed. It provides powerful relief while you rest your head. Not just all night, but all the next day. Xyzal keeps working, keeping allergies at bay. And without those annoying symptoms disturbing your rest, you can wake up the next morning feeling your absolute best. Remember, be wise all, take Xyzal. At night.
You're the perfect blend of elegance and style, and your ride should be no different. The 2024 Hyundai Sonata Hybrid meets all your needs, from business to brunch and everywhere in between. With head-turning details like a sleek front end, plus stylish interior, and an available 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster and seamless tech integration. Okay, Hyundai. Visit HyundaiUSA.com to learn more about the new 2024 Hyundai Sonata Hybrid.
Yeah, but I think Brad Holmes is smart enough, too, to know you can't really go get Sorsdahl, Mahogany, and all these other guys. Oh, how many interior guards are we going to take in a 3-year span? You know, you have to...
One of them's got to play center eventually.
You have to go after these... Yeah, can Tyler Booker play center?
I don't know, but somebody's going to have to.
Yeah, my boy Gray's able if they go that route. But all right, so you know he's a TBD if you ask me. We'll see. I'm not sure if he'll play well. The next one I'll throw at you is another guy I'm hearing a lot of buzz from. This is an Okrie 50-50 right now, or 60-40, like Walter Noland, interior defensive tackle, pass rusher type from Ole Miss. Whoa, is Ole Miss or Ole Miss? I don't know how I said it right there, but what do you think about this guy?
I don't know, man. He's what I want to be respectful. He doesn't do it for me. He's not really on my radar at all. I know that some people have liked it, like I don't know. He's not really someone that I've done a lot of look at, but he seems to be getting a lot of love. But again, I'm kind of struggling to even understand, like, what is the appeal for it? So, like, you know, what are the people loving about it? Do you know Okrie? Like,
Yeah, I mean, he's getting a lot of it because he's that you know, gosh, what's the guy from Buffalo? Oliver. You know, he's getting that kind of love where he's, you know, oh, he's 6'3", a little bit under 300 pounds. He's an Aaron Donald type player. He loves Aaron. He's going to compare to Aaron. He's a penetrator. He's a rusher from the inside. Like, people love all that stuff, but I mean, this isn't really a guy that I'm in love with. I understand it from needing that rush inside, but last time I checked, we have a lot of bodies in there, some of which they can somewhat get after the passer, but we're much more trying to plug up the run game and stuff like that. So I haven't been as excited as others when you hear the name Walter Noland, but some people think this guy's like a top 20-ish ranked. He's going to go in the top half of the first, you know, and then there's other people that just unsure if he can you dominate inside at 293 or 300 or 305 or whatever he's going to be. I don't know. So I'm not in love with him. Now, you said you wanted to be, like, respectful. Is that going back to, like, your whole diatribe about how I couldn't call Marcus Davenport Marcus Fat Import? Are you still upset that I called him Fat?
Listen, I'm on record of saying I would not. I'm not gonna body shame any players, but yeah, he's a little stout. I think last I saw it was like 310. So look, you know, I don't know. I feel like he's getting a lot of hype. He's getting a lot of love, and I'm starting to wonder if the hype is really there or if it's being generated and that's what's moving him up the board. So, because from what I've seen, nothing was super impressive to me. Maybe he's got some raw talent, high ceiling, but I don't know. He doesn't do it for me. I'm less than 50-50 on him.
All right, what about this guy, Chop at Chops in the D? Shamar Stewart, edge player, Texas Tech. I always love when I see edge, but then I look over and it's not some 240-pound sawed-off. This guy is 6'5", 280 plus, junior, so we know he's a bit younger, freak athlete. You know, I think this is the guy. I don't have it in front of me, but I think he's the one where if you go to his production, if you look at his stats, I don't think he has that many, but he has all the ability. He has lots of, how do you say this? How should I say this? Potential, without the numbers. So what do you think about this guy?
I like this player. I like his potential. I mean, again, 6'6", 290, good arm length. Like, he's very explosive. You know me, I'm a stat guy, and his college stats weren't there a ton. But I think that he's the kind of guy that fits that mentality. I believe he's got a teammate that is pretty highly ranked as well. So between the two of them, they may have split a little bit of like that cachet between the two of them. But I like Stewart. I think he's got good potential coming out of Texas A&M.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things. People. Love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Every cup of Nespresso coffee is an invitation to transform your morning routine into a ritual you can treasure each and every day. Using the Virtuo Pup, a simple touch of the button freshly brews bold aromas and a rich, velvety crema layer for delicious cafe-quality coffee at home. Whether you enjoy your coffee hot or over ice, every sip, every morning is unforgettable. Nothing tastes like Nespresso coffee. Visit Nespresso.com or our app to explore our full range of easy-to-use machines and coffees not found anywhere else.
Take your plans out of the group chat and get long weekend ready in new Abercrombie. From day to night, pack new outfits for every part of your itinerary. Grabbing brunch? Throw on the A&F Mila dress. Then head to your dinner reservation in their new bubble hem mini dress. And yes, permission to overpack for pics with the girls. Abercrombie's best-selling Scarlet Squirt deserves a post in your feed. Your plans are worth it. Shop Abercrombie's new long weekend collection online or in store.
This episode is brought to you by Atlassian. Atlassian makes the team collaboration software that powers enterprise businesses around the world, including over 80% of the Fortune 500. With Atlassian's AI-powered software like Jira, Confluence, and Loom, you'll have more time to do the work that matters. In fact, Atlassian customers experience a 25% reduction in project duration per year. Unleash the potential of your team at Atlassian.com. Atlassian.
Business taxes. We're stressing about all the time and all the money you spent on your taxes.
This is my bill?
Now Business Taxes is a TurboTax small business expert who does your taxes for you and offers year-round advice at no additional cost, so you can keep more money in your business. Now this is taxes. Intuit TurboTax. Get an expert now on TurboTax.com/business. Only available with TurboTax Live Full Service.
Yeah, I understand. I got it in my head, dude.
I'm curious if Brad Holmes will like this player, because I'm usually willing to bet on a high-end upside. I have went to Holmes' side about character and grit and, production and paying what you see and knowing what you're getting, but this guy seems like position of need, athletic, young, big, all the things that you could bet on. But will Brad Holmes bet on, or will say, no, this guy didn't have much production in college. Why is he going to be a productive pro? I mean, I think that would be kind of a valid question to throw at him. Let's see, who else we got here? I'm curious
how, just a real quick retort, I'm curious how him and Nick Scordon are going to rank. Who's going to go higher? Because they're pretty closely ranked. Same profile type, but definitely different players from the same school. So I'm curious how that's going to shake down, because I like Nick a little bit better, I think.
Yeah, I like Scordon as well. I'm just losing that debate of when you bring up players, or when I look, I'm like, I feel like we're decent at that spot, but we're not drafting spots or positions. We have to figure out who's the best lion, who's the best player, instead of what hole we're going to fill for tomorrow, because this isn't a tomorrow pick. So I want to throw a couple names at you. We double dipped on corner. We still can't cover a coffee table. We I've seen articles saying that Terrion Arnold is going to be an all-pro this year or something like that. I'm like, based on what? The fact that he looks the part and that he was on the field a lot last year, the Detroit Koolaid that we're serving up, or is he actually going to do that and make that kind of leap? I don't know. So how do you feel about like Maxwell Harrison from Kentucky, one of the faster guys at the combine? You got Jahdae Barron, who could go anywhere from like the top 12, 15, maybe down into the late mid-20s. What do you think about Brad Holmes saying, screw it, I don't care if he's the best and we know we still need them, I will go corner again?
Okri, if Jahdae Barron is there in the 20s, like, you better trade up and get him, because I mean, he's got everything. He's versatile, great PFF score. I mean, the only thing I would say the guy doesn't have is height, but look, he is very highly ranked in my opinion. I like him a lot. I cannot imagine him being anywhere near our board at 28. So I'm all on board if he is there. I don't care. Take him, because yes, you are right. Secondary is still a concern for me, even though I love this DJ Reed sign. I think TA's ready to have a bounce back year. Maxwell Harrison, I don't hate him. I don't love his, some of his, PFF score, not the greatest. When you're playing Kentucky, I mean, are you really like, I don't know. He's playing tough competition in the SEC, but he didn't really stand out to me. He's not somebody that I've done a ton of like, hey, that guy really jumps out. Like, let's look at him. I've got him ranked pretty much lower. I know he's a burner, but
this is why I love that me and Chaps haven't talked very much. So he can't steal all my takes, because Maxwell Harrison's one of my favorite players in the draft. Just gritty, grimy, nasty, fast, confident. Love everything about this player. I don't know.
That means you watched an interview of him one time and he said two right things. And you're like, oh my God, this guy's great. And then you watched a YouTube highlight video that his mom put together for a scout and his agent. And you're like, oh my God, Maxwell Harrison's going to be the next Will Johnson.
Oh, that might be somewhat true, but I love this play. Let me talk about something I don't love, and that's people from this school.
Hey, listen, Ohio State sucks.
What do you think about these reports when they see us taking Donovan Jackson, or all this hype about, oh, Josh Simmons might be the best tackle in this whole draft, but he's been hurt and he hasn't been good. Like, some team should take him and stash him. Like, are these guys even on your radar, or are they just vanquished?
Ohio State is vanquished!
Okri, you know me too well. I avoid anything Ohio State, as we know. But look, the other thing that I keep seeing too is Jack Sawyer. Whoa, wouldn't it be so great to put Jack Sawyer on the other side of Hutch? And like, did Jack Sawyer have any kind of impact in any kind of big game, like, ever in his 4 years at Ohio State? You know what I remember about Jack Sawyer? I remember Jack Sawyer laying on the ground crying because he lost to Michigan 4 straight years. That's what I remember about Jack Sawyer. What do you remember about Jack Sawyer?
So you didn't like Okri taking him in the second round of his mock, or did you not even read the Okri mock?
Look, it's that time of year. There's so many mock drafts out there. I'm sure you took him because he was there and he was going to make your score look better. It was like, oh, look, I'm going to get an A+ on this, so I'm going to take Jack Sawyer. Cry in your cereal, Jack Sawyer.
I think he's a Dan Campbell guy. I think he's an opposite of a crybaby, except for when we stole his flag and then he was a little busy.
That's right. Steal his flag is a little biatch, and he's going to go cry to his mommy, Ryan Day.
It's a family show, by the way. All right, Chop. Here's one.
There it is. Yeah, he sucks.
He sucks. Okay, I gotta throw this. This is off the wall thinking. This is safe player, but it's gonna retool our team. I've heard a lot of hype about Armand Mambo, right tackle, Missouri. He's smart. He's physical. He's got good feet. He's a good player. He plays on the right side. Could you take a player like Membu in the late 20s and groom him a bit and then, take your opt-out on Taylor Decker after this season, after win the Super Bowl, and save all that money and push Penne to the left and have Membu on the right? Like, what do you think?
I mean, look, he's a projected top 15 player. So, yeah, if he's there that late. Offensive line is definitely a position of need. Like, I think he's only ever played right tackle, which is fine because then you move Penne over to the left. We are in a position, Okri, to take this kind of player, though. Like, we don't have to take a day one starter when you've won 15 games and you have Super Bowl aspirations. So, yeah, I would love to take a big, nasty freak, 314-pound, 6'3" junior out of Mizzou. And, yeah, line him up on the line. He's big, he's nasty, he's a freak, he's a bulldog. Let's take him. I love it.
All right, and Chops, we could literally do this for hours, but I have like so many players that I can just throw at you that I have takes on. We're just running out of time on the Kool-Aid packet, but I want to follow up quickly on that. So, like, are you okay with where we're at as a team and what we're trying to accomplish of taking a player that you basically can't fit on the field as a starter this year? It sounds like you are.
I mean, look, Okri, do you remember how many guys we put on IR in 2024? So
I recall, yes.
The mindset of like, wow, my God, he's not going to be a day one starter. Listen, people, first of all, if he's a dog, if he's a grit kind of guy and he wins out a position, he's going to win out a position, which is just good for everybody. Can you ever have too many tackles that are actual starter qualities? Because you can trade them, right, if you need to. We've had a lot of injuries in the past, and how nice would it have been to have a little bit more depth with starter studs in certain positions last year when we needed them and where guys ended up on the IR. So, yes, I am 100% okay with taking a guy that is like, well, he's going to have to beat somebody out because we got a starter there. Who cares? If he's a football player, if he's a Dan freaking Campbell kind of guy, you take him, you quote-unquote stash him away until week 5 when we got an injury and he can step right in.
See, again, we differ because I feel like right now there's enough good football players and enough openings on our team that you should be smart enough as a GM to say, yes, there's plenty of people you can get and stash away and wait for a rainy day. And there's plenty of players you get right now, put them in that can help this football team fill a hole and still be a stud. So I'm on the other end. I'm not trying to shelf some dude or tuck him away until 2026.
Open right now, Okri?
There's enough to get a guy in round 1, 2, 3 that can come help this team right now. Isn't well, he was too good to pass up. We'll see when he gets on the field. No, I want a guy to get in right now because I'm Brad Holmes and I'm smart enough to say there's 5 guys that I like, 2 of which really can't play for me right now. The other 3 can. Let's go take one of those 3 and let's let them go. So,
but what position, okay? What position is open right now where you're like, oh, this is a glaring need, we have to have it?
Edge.
Hi, this is Debbie, your Blinds.com design consultant.
Oh, wow. A real person.
Yep. I am here to help you with everything from selecting the perfect window treatments
Well, I've got a complicated project.
Oh, not a problem. I can even schedule a professional measure and install. We can also send you samples, fast and free.
I just might have to do more.
Oh, okay.
So the first room we're looking at is for guests.
Shop Blinds.com now and save up to 45% site-wide. Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
BTW, FYI. Visit Nexplanon.com RN to learn about Nexplanon. It's an adjustable implant, 68 milligrams RadioPublic. Or ask your HCP IRL. Okay, TTYL.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can find options that fit your budget and potentially lower your bills. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Hey guys, back at the playground again, huh?
Yep. You know what this playground could use? A wine country.
Heck yeah, and some waves so we could go surfing. Oh.
Love that.
A redwood forest would be cool.
I'm in.
Ski slopes. Let's do it.
Can a girl go shopping?
Yeah, baby. Wait. Did we just invent California?
Discover why California is the ultimate playground at visitcalifornia.com.
Whether it's a movie night or just midday, Skinny Pop is a salty snack that keeps on giving. Made with just 3 simple ingredients for an irresistibly delicious taste and a large serving size that lasts. Deliciously popped, perfectly salted. Skinny Pop, popular for a reason. Shop Skinny Pop now.
Okay. Yeah, that's a fair answer. And guess what? There's going to be a stud edge there in our second round pick. So I'm not saying just like ignore it, but tell me a guy that's going to get beat out by a rookie when you go up and down our starters.
I mean, that's all the NFL is
Pascal?
these guys go right in and play. It's not a league of having a stud offensive line and take an offensive lineman and see him in a year and a half. You can do that at interior spots, but not much as tackle. So, like, if they made this type of move for Membu, you have to get aggressive and, like, retool your line in the next year or two to make it worthwhile. You wouldn't be able to sit on. And what if Taylor Decker balls out and plays well again? And then you got a clip holder type thing. So Choppy, we can't let this packet go on too long. I actually had another player I wanted to throw out. We won't get into it, but another name for the people to know that I'm like really split on. And sometimes you see him mocked to the Lions. Sometimes he's not even anywhere near round 1. Is Derek. Terrible spelling as well. Who's D.R. Rick? Derek Harmon, interior player from Oregon. Like, I think people are just falling in love with these interior players. They just want 6 of them, and none of them are dynamic. But this guy, some people love him, some people are like don't like him. So there's another name to think about that we can't get into right now. But Chop, do you got anything else you want to throw out? You want to see if it sticks for the people before we close up shop on this Detroit Koolaid packet?
Okri, the point of the Detroit Koolaid packets is to keep them short, keep them sweet, keep them low key. Just a quick. This one's like a double shot, maybe even a triple shot this week. No. When we get together, they go long, but it's okay because the people love it. We love it. I got no more names because we're gonna have names and names and names and names and names for 4 more weeks, people. So I say, drink it in, enjoy the Kool-Aid packet, and you catch us on the next one.
Everybody that was at Chops in the D browbeating us for a 20-minute show because the choppy Kool-Aid packets are 8 to 9 minutes. So, I think this was plenty long. It's the draft. I mean, we got to give the people something to chew on, and another classic packet. So 3 times a week, Mondays, Fridays, flagship on Wednesdays, lots of lines to talk about before you know it. The draft, more free agent signings, OTAs, camp, season, wins, divisions, home playoff games, and then the Super Bowl. Everybody, we're out.
Cornbread!